When a man hurts a good woman, it is not just a momentary act of wrongdoing, it is a ripple in the river of life, and consequences follow in ways that cannot be controlled or denied. A good woman carries within her heart a deep strength, an unwavering integrity, and a capacity for love that is rare. When she is mistreated, disrespected, or betrayed, the universe does not overlook it. The law of cause and effect, the natural balance of life, begins to unfold silently, and the consequences of her pain are far-reaching. Many men do not realize that hurting a good woman is not merely a transgression against her, it is an alignment of energy that awakens karma in ways that can profoundly affect their own lives. A good woman is a reservoir of patience, loyalty, and understanding. She invests herself completely, not with expectation, but with a genuine desire to nurture and uplift. When her kindness is met with cruelty, indifference, or betrayal, it is not a minor offense, it is a violation of the sacred trust she extends freely. Men who hurt such women may believe the act to be inconsequential, but life has a remarkable way of balancing scales that are tipped unfairly. Karma does not act immediately, but it does act. A man may enjoy temporary satisfaction from his selfish actions, but the consequences, subtle at first and undeniable later, will unfold in ways that reflect the energy he has released. The first consequence is the loss of respect. A good woman, when hurt, withdraws not out of spite, but out of preservation. Her response is quiet, yet powerful. She protects her energy, she distances herself, and she no longer invests in someone who has proven unworthy. Respect, once lost, cannot be regained through words alone. It is earned through consistent behavior and genuine integrity. When a man hurts such a woman, he loses a rare and invaluable presence in his life. He loses not just companionship, but the quiet strength that could have elevated him, supported him, and challenged him to become better. The loss is profound, and in time, he realizes that what he destroyed with his own hands was far more precious than he ever imagined. The second consequence is the awakening of conscience. Every human has an internal measure of right and wrong, and actions against those who embody goodness resonate deeply within the conscience. Even if a man does not recognize it at first, the echoes of his behavior reverberate through his mind, creating unrest, guilt, and subtle discomfort. The universe mirrors back the energy he has sent out, often in the form of internal conflict, restlessness, or the inability to find true peace. Karma is not always immediate, it works quietly, shaping awareness and eventually guiding him to confront the consequences of his actions. The pain of guilt is often sharper than external punishment, because it is unavoidable and intimate. The third consequence is isolation from genuine connection. A good woman attracts not because of superficial qualities, but because of the depth of her character. She inspires others to be better, to live more authentically, and to embrace love fully. When she is mistreated, she retreats, and the man who caused her pain is left in a void that cannot be filled by empty relationships or shallow interactions. The universe ensures that those who harm such women experience the absence of authentic connection, for they have severed the opportunity to participate in something pure and transformative. This absence is a silent teacher, a mirror that reflects the impact of the choices he has made. The fourth consequence is personal stagnation. When a man hurts a good woman, he interrupts not only her energy, but the potential for growth in the relationship. Relationships with women of integrity act as mirrors and catalysts. They encourage self-awareness, emotional growth, and alignment with higher values. By causing harm, the man closes the door on that transformative potential, limiting his own evolution. Karma, in this sense, is both a natural and spiritual consequence. The energy he projected disrupts the balance of growth, and he experiences the stagnation of opportunities that could have elevated him in life, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. The fifth consequence is the exposure of character to the wider universe. Actions have a way of becoming visible, not always immediately, but inevitably. When a good woman is hurt, the sincerity of her integrity becomes apparent to others, and the wrongdoing of the man does not remain hidden forever. People observe energy, behavior, and patterns, and the truth surfaces. He may attempt to hide or justify his actions, but the law of balance ensures that his character is revealed. Betraying goodness inevitably distances him from those who recognize and value authenticity. Karma acts here, not as punishment, but as alignment. The universe adjusts, bringing consequences into the light to maintain equilibrium. The sixth consequence is a lesson in humility. A good woman's presence in a man's life is often a reflection of what is possible when love, respect, and integrity coexist. Hurting her forces the man to confront his own limitations, ignorance, and inability to honor what is sacred. This confrontation may be harsh, uncomfortable, and unavoidable, but it serves as a mirror for self-reflection. Humility arises not from ego-driven punishment, but from recognition that one's actions have deeper repercussions than imagined. The pain and loss teach lessons that words cannot convey, and in this process, karma becomes the teacher, guiding the man toward awareness, growth, and eventual transformation. The seventh consequence is the inevitable experience of emptiness. When a good woman leaves, whether silently or decisively, the man is left with the void created by his own actions. This emptiness is not superficial. It penetrates the areas of life where love, trust, and authenticity could have flourished. No amount of temporary distraction can replace the loss of genuine connection, and over time the absence is felt profoundly. Karma ensures that the energy he sent outward in disrespect, cruelty, or neglect returns, creating the space for reflection, accountability, and perhaps eventual reconciliation or growth. It is important to note that these consequences are not revenge. They are natural laws of balance and alignment. The universe does not act out of malice, it acts out of principle. When a good woman is hurt, karma works silently, restoring equilibrium, guiding both parties toward clarity, and ensuring that energy is balanced. For the man, these consequences are opportunities to awaken, to become aware, and to align with higher principles. For the woman, these moments, though painful, become affirmations of strength, resilience, and wisdom. A good woman's response to hurt is often subtle but profound. She does not seek to punish, she seeks to preserve. She steps back, she protects her energy, and she allows the universe to act. Her silence, her grace, and her unwavering integrity speak volumes. It is in her stillness that karma is amplified. By choosing not to react in anger or vengeance, she aligns herself with a force greater than human comprehension, a force that ensures balance, justice, and alignment without needing to control or manipulate outcomes. In life, men often underestimate the power of what they have been given. A good woman is a rare and sacred presence, and to mistreat her is to underestimate the law of life itself. Pain inflicted upon her does not disappear. It returns, magnified by the principles of justice, integrity, and universal alignment. And in the quiet, unassuming ways of the universe, karma begins to unfold, demonstrating that no energy is ever lost, no injustice ever ignored, and no good heart ever unprotected. Therefore, when a man hurts a good woman, he is not simply affecting her, he is setting in motion a series of natural consequences that will eventually demand recognition, reflection, and responsibility. Her dignity, integrity, and silent strength become instruments through which karma operates, and in the long arc of life, the impact of this alignment is undeniable, transformative, and sometimes irreversible. When a man hurts a good woman, he sets in motion forces that go far beyond the immediate pain. Life is intricately balanced, and every action carries weight, especially when it targets someone of integrity, compassion, and strength. A good woman does not seek drama, she does not thrive on conflict, and she does not respond to betrayal with noise. Her heart is disciplined, her spirit resilient, and her love genuine. Yet, when she is harmed, the energy of that harm does not disappear, it multiplies, travels, and eventually circles back to the one who caused it. The universe has a way of ensuring that justice is not overlooked, and karma begins its quiet work, often in ways that the perpetrator does not anticipate. The first ripple of consequence is the awakening of self-awareness in the man. When he hurts a good woman, whether intentionally or out of ignorance, he is forced to confront aspects of himself that he might have ignored. Anger, pride, selfishness, or immaturity are reflected back in the pain he has caused. At first, he may resist this awareness, seeking to justify his actions, to minimize their importance, or to avoid responsibility. But the energy of wrongdoing is persistent. It manifests in discomfort, unease, and subtle losses in life, relationships, opportunities, or peace of mind that were once available. Karma operates quietly at first, nudging him toward self-reflection, until he can no longer ignore the consequences of his choices. Secondly, hurting a good woman often triggers isolation in ways that are both emotional and spiritual. A woman of integrity attracts those who are sincere, loyal, and aligned with truth. When she withdraws in response to mistreatment, the man who caused harm loses access to this rare presence. The absence is not merely physical, it is energetic. He may find himself surrounded by people who do not challenge him, who do not elevate him, and who do not reflect the light and authenticity that a good woman naturally radiates. This void is a direct consequence of his actions, a silent lesson in the importance of valuing what is sacred and irreplaceable. The third consequence is the loss of trust, not only in the eyes of the woman he hurt, but in the perception of others around him. Integrity is magnetic, and the actions of a man who harms goodness are observed, consciously or unconsciously, by those in his circle. People notice patterns, energy, and behavior. A reputation that is once tarnished by betrayal or cruelty does not recover easily. Words cannot rebuild the authenticity that was broken through harm. Karma ensures that the consequences of lost trust reverberate, subtly altering the opportunities and connections that are available to him. Life has a way of rewarding alignment and integrity, and conversely, restricting the paths of those who act in dishonesty or cruelty. The fourth consequence is the stagnation of personal growth. A good woman often acts as a mirror, reflecting both strengths and weaknesses, challenging a man to grow, evolve, and align with higher principles. When she is harmed, the opportunity for this transformative reflection is severed. By choosing cruelty, neglect, or betrayal, a man not only hurts her, but also diminishes his own potential to evolve. Karma operates here as a teacher. The consequences of wasted potential and lost lessons emerge as dissatisfaction, emptiness, or repeated cycles of failed relationships. Growth that could have been catalyzed by mutual respect and integrity is postponed, leaving him to confront similar challenges repeatedly until the lesson is internalized. Fifth, there is the ripple effect on emotional and spiritual energy. A good woman embodies a calm, loving, and empowering presence. When harmed, the imbalance created by the act of betrayal or neglect resonates beyond the immediate moment. Emotional energy is displaced, creating tension, guilt, and inner unrest for the man who caused harm. He may not see this immediately, but subtle disturbances in decision-making, clarity, and peace of mind begin to emerge. Karma acts like a mirror, reflecting the disruption back to him in ways that cannot be controlled, often in personal, professional, or relational spheres. These disturbances encourage reflection, accountability, and eventually alignment. Sixth, the man faces the consequence of missed blessings. Life often presents opportunities to those who align with goodness, who act with integrity, and who honor sacred relationships. When a good woman is hurt, these opportunities are often lost, not as punishment, but as natural alignment. A door that would have opened through love, support, or collaboration remains closed because the energy that could have nurtured it was disrupted. Karma ensures that what is misaligned does not prosper. The man may find that his path becomes more challenging, his journey lonelier, and his accomplishments hollow if they are not grounded in the integrity he ignored. Seventh, hurting a good woman awakens the principle of balance in unseen ways. Life's laws do not require vengeance, they require alignment. The universe balances energy quietly but inevitably. Every act of cruelty, betrayal, or neglect creates a ripple, and that ripple returns, often through circumstances, reflections, or karmic lessons that mirror the harm. The man may not witness the immediate consequences, but over time he experiences setbacks, misunderstandings, and challenges that reflect the energy he released. In this way, karma becomes the teacher, guiding him toward understanding, growth, and ultimately the recognition of what he has lost. Eighth, there is a profound consequence in the form of lost intimacy and love. A good woman's love is rare, deep, and transformative. When she withdraws, in response to harm, the man loses not only her presence, but the depth of emotional connection that could have enriched his life beyond measure. Attempts to replace this connection often fall short because it is rooted in authenticity, wisdom, and emotional intelligence that cannot be replicated. Karma ensures that the loss of love, once taken for granted or violated, becomes an undeniable force that influences his experience of future relationships and emotional fulfillment. Finally, a good woman's response, often quiet and dignified, magnifies the effect of karma. She does not retaliate out of spite, she preserves her peace, protects her energy, and moves forward. Her silence is not absence, it is presence in alignment with the natural law. By allowing life to act on its own, she demonstrates the power of non-reaction and the inevitability of justice. The man who caused harm may initially fail to see the consequences, but over time he experiences the clarity, solitude, and reflection that reveal the magnitude of his actions. Karma, patience, and the quiet wisdom of a good woman converge to teach lessons that cannot be avoided or ignored. Hurting a good woman is more than a personal mistake. It is an interaction with forces larger than immediate understanding. The ripples of harm, misalignment, and lost opportunities travel farther than the moment of action. Consequences unfold, not as punishment, but as alignment, awakening, and reflection. A good woman's presence, love, and integrity are catalysts for growth, clarity, and balance. When these are harmed, the universe ensures that balance is restored, energy is aligned, and lessons are learned. In conclusion, the act of hurting a good woman carries consequences that are both visible and invisible, immediate and long-term. Loss of respect, trust, love, opportunities, and inner peace are all natural outcomes. Karma, as a reflection of life's principle of alignment, ensures that the energy released returns appropriately. A good woman's quiet strength magnifies this process, demonstrating that integrity, patience, and dignity are forces more powerful than reaction, words, or even immediate consequences. For the man, these lessons are unavoidable. For the woman, they are a testament to her resilience and unwavering strength. When a man hurts a good woman, the impact is not confined to the moment, it reverberates through life in ways that cannot be ignored. A good woman is not merely kind, she is wise, resilient, and deeply attuned to the energy of those around her. She invests her love fully, without expectation, but always with authenticity. When her kindness is met with cruelty, betrayal, or neglect, it is not a trivial act, it is a disruption of balance. Life, governed by the principle of cause and effect, ensures that such disruptions do not go unanswered. Karma begins its work quietly, weaving consequences into the fabric of existence in ways that are both inevitable and profound. The first consequence that unfolds when a good woman is hurt is the awakening of truth. A good woman's presence often brings clarity and authenticity into relationships. Her integrity is a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around her. When she is harmed, the man who caused pain is confronted with his own character. He cannot hide from the reflection of his actions. While he may attempt to justify, excuse, or deny his behavior, the energy of wrongdoing is persistent. The universe uses this disruption as a teacher, showing him the misalignment between his intentions and his actions. Over time, the truth becomes undeniable, and he is forced to confront the magnitude of what he has done. Secondly, there is the loss of support that cannot be replaced. A good woman's love, care, and understanding are not commodities, they are rare and deeply transformative. When a man mistreats her, he loses access to a presence that nurtures growth, encourages reflection, and inspires greatness. Her withdrawal is not out of vengeance, but a natural act of self-preservation. The absence of her energy creates a void that cannot be filled by others who lack the same depth, authenticity, and insight. Karma ensures that this loss is felt in the long term, teaching the man that some presences in life are irreplaceable and that harming them carries consequences beyond immediate understanding. Thirdly, hurting a good woman often triggers unforeseen consequences in the man's personal life. Relationships are not isolated, they are threads in a larger tapestry of experience. When he acts with cruelty or indifference, the imbalance created resonates beyond the immediate interaction. Emotional disturbances, misunderstandings, and disappointments begin to appear in ways that seem unrelated at first, but are intricately connected to the energy he has projected. Karma works silently, subtly, yet undeniably, ensuring that energy misalignment is corrected through natural consequences that touch multiple aspects of life. The fourth consequence is internal unrest. A good woman's essence is so pure that mistreating her generates internal tension in the one who caused harm. He may experience unexplained guilt, anxiety, or dissatisfaction in areas where life once flowed smoothly. The energy of wrongdoing is like a shadow that follows him, coloring thoughts, decisions, and experiences. Karma does not need to act dramatically, it simply restores balance by reflecting the energy sent out. This reflection is often internal first, a quiet nudge from life reminding him of the misalignment between his behavior and his higher potential. Fifth, there is the profound effect on trust. Trust, once broken, cannot be easily repaired, especially when a good woman is involved. She recognizes her own worth and understands the value of integrity. When hurt, she distances herself, not to punish but to protect. This distance changes the dynamic of her interactions with him permanently. Even if reconciliation occurs, the foundation of trust has been shifted. People around them, consciously or unconsciously, also perceive the disruption. Karma ensures that the ripple effect of broken trust touches the man's life repeatedly, teaching the enduring value of respect and integrity. Sixth, hurting a good woman limits the man's spiritual and emotional growth. Relationships with individuals of high integrity serve as mirrors, reflecting strengths and areas for self-improvement. By causing harm, the man interrupts this process, depriving himself of the lessons and growth that could have emerged naturally. Karma acts in this context as a form of delayed reflection. He encounters situations and challenges that mirror the consequences of his actions, encouraging him to realign with higher principles. The absence of her guidance, subtle influence, and emotional resonance becomes a silent teacher, highlighting what has been lost through disrespect or betrayal. Seventh, the man experiences isolation from genuine connections. A good woman's presence often attracts others who value authenticity, loyalty, and kindness. When she is harmed, these connections are naturally disrupted. Those who once respected him may see the reflection of his actions and begin to withdraw. Opportunities for collaboration, emotional support, or meaningful relationships diminish because the energy he projected was misaligned. Karma ensures that those who disrupt harmony face natural consequences in their social and emotional spheres, emphasizing the principle that actions have weight and relationships have energy. Eighth, hurting a good woman awakens humility and self-reflection in the man. Initially, he may resist understanding the impact of his actions, but over time, reflection becomes unavoidable. Life presents challenges that mirror the disruption he caused, forcing him to confront his ego, pride, or insensitivity. The universe, through karma, does not punish but teaches. Humility emerges as he recognizes the rarity and value of a good woman's presence and the consequences of violating the integrity she embodies. This process is often uncomfortable but essential for transformation, guiding him toward awareness, accountability, and growth. Ninth, there is the loss of life's subtle blessings. A good woman brings with her a light that enhances the environment, relationships, and energy around her. Her love and integrity are blessings that extend beyond the personal connection, influencing the energy of those around her. When she is harmed, the man disrupts this flow and loses the subtle advantages that accompany alignment with goodness. Karma ensures that this loss is felt in tangible and intangible ways, through missed opportunities, diminished support, and an absence of uplifting energy that could have enriched his life. Finally, the woman's quiet response magnifies the effect of karma. A good woman rarely reacts with anger, bitterness, or revenge. She preserves her energy, maintains her integrity, and allows life to act naturally. Her silence, strength, and dignity amplify the natural consequences of the harm inflicted. Karma, acting through life's principles, unfolds quietly but inevitably. The man experiences the consequences of his actions in ways that are both instructive and transformative. He realizes, often too late, that harming a good woman is not simply a personal error. It is an interaction with forces larger than immediate comprehension, forces that restore balance, integrity, and alignment. When a man hurts a good woman, he sets in motion a sequence of events that affect him deeply, internally and externally. The ripples touch his conscience, his relationships, his growth, and the energy that flows through his life. Karma acts not with malice, but with precision, reflecting back the energy that was disrupted. The woman, through her resilience, patience, and quiet strength, becomes a conduit for the natural restoration of balance. Her integrity magnifies the consequences of wrongdoing, and life itself ensures that lessons are learned. Harming a good woman is a decision that cannot be undone easily. It creates ripples that reach far beyond the immediate act, affecting the man's peace, connections, and opportunities. The universe, through karma, ensures that the energy misaligned by this act is restored in ways that bring awareness, humility, and clarity. For the woman, these moments, though painful, reinforce her strength, resilience, and ability to remain aligned with truth. Her silent dignity becomes a force through which karma operates, demonstrating that integrity, patience, and inner power are more potent than reaction or vengeance. Ultimately, the consequences of hurting a good woman are profound, multidimensional, and unavoidable. Karma, patience, and life's natural order converge to teach lessons that no words or apologies can substitute. A good woman's quiet strength magnifies these lessons, ensuring that the man experiences the results of his actions fully, inevitably, and in alignment with the principles of balance, integrity, and truth. Life responds, karma acts, and energy is restored, silently but powerfully, for those who understand the depth of what has been lost. When a man hurts a good woman, the consequences are far-reaching, subtle, and inevitable. A good woman is not only kind and loving, but she is also wise, patient, and deeply aligned with truth. Her presence in life is transformative, offering stability, growth, and light to those who are willing to honor it. When this presence is harmed, through betrayal, neglect, or cruelty, the energy that is disrupted does not disappear. Life has a remarkable way of restoring balance, and karma acts as a mirror, reflecting the actions back to the individual who caused harm. While the consequences may not be immediate, they are precise, inevitable, and aligned with the law of cause and effect. The first consequence is the awakening of awareness. When a man hurts a good woman, he may initially dismiss the action as insignificant, or he may not fully grasp the depth of the pain caused. However, life has a way of revealing truths that cannot be ignored. The disruption he has created begins to echo in his own experiences. Guilt, regret, restlessness, or a sense of emptiness may emerge, nudging him toward reflection. Karma ensures that awareness is cultivated, not through force, but through natural alignment, guiding him to recognize the gravity of his actions. Secondly, there is a profound loss of respect. A good woman, when harmed, withdraws not out of vengeance, but out of self-preservation. Her strength lies in her dignity and her ability to protect her energy. By mistreating her, a man forfeits the respect and admiration that she naturally bestows. Respect once lost is nearly impossible to reclaim through apologies or excuses. It is earned over time through consistent integrity and aligned action. Karma ensures that the loss of respect manifests in both visible and invisible ways, affecting relationships, opportunities, and social perception. The third consequence is isolation from authentic connection. A good woman's presence attracts sincerity, loyalty, and authenticity. When she is harmed, these connections are disrupted. The man experiences the absence of genuine relationships that were once easily accessible through alignment with her energy. This void cannot be filled by superficial connections or empty interactions. Karma acts through this absence, creating a space where he learns that the value of true companionship cannot be measured by convenience, and that harming integrity results in the loss of authentic support. Fourth, hurting a good woman interrupts personal growth. Relationships with women of integrity are mirrors that reflect both strengths and weaknesses, encouraging self-awareness and emotional evolution. When a man chooses to act with indifference, cruelty, or betrayal, he cuts himself off from opportunities for reflection and transformation. Karma, in this sense, manifests through delayed lessons, repeated challenges, and the emergence of circumstances that mirror the misalignment he created. These experiences force him to confront his own shortcomings and develop the humility and insight that he bypassed in the initial act. Fifth, there is the disruption of life's subtle energies. A good woman radiates calm, love, and clarity. Her energy nurtures harmony in relationships, family, and social circles. When harmed, this energy is displaced, creating tension, discord, and instability. The man who caused the harm may experience unexplained frustration, missed opportunities, or repeated conflicts that trace back to the imbalance he initiated. Karma ensures that these disturbances are reflected back to him in ways that encourage accountability and alignment with higher principles. Sixth, the man experiences spiritual and emotional consequences. A good woman's presence often inspires growth, compassion, and ethical alignment. By hurting her, he interrupts the natural flow of these benefits. Karma, as a universal principle, ensures that the energy he projected in wrongdoing returns, often as internal unrest, missed blessings, or diminished emotional fulfillment. The spiritual and emotional lessons that a good woman could have facilitated now emerge in alternative forms, sometimes harder, more direct, and unavoidable. Seventh, The loss of love and deep connection is undeniable. A good woman's love is not shallow or transactional. It is deep, transformative, and life-enhancing. When she is hurt, the man loses access to this extraordinary connection. Attempts to replace or replicate it rarely succeed, because her love is rooted in authenticity, emotional intelligence, and integrity that cannot be imitated. Karma ensures that the absence of this love is felt profoundly, often revealing the true magnitude of the loss only over time. 8. There is the amplification of lessons through her silence and dignity. A good woman rarely responds to harm with bitterness or aggression. She maintains her composure, protects her energy, and allows life to act naturally. Her quiet strength magnifies the effect of karma, making the consequences of wrongdoing more evident. Her absence, her dignity, and her unwavering integrity are not acts of revenge, they are natural amplifiers of justice, showing that life restores balance without human interference. 9th, hurting a good woman teaches a lesson in humility that is impossible to ignore. The man may initially resist understanding the consequences, but life presents repeated opportunities for reflection. He encounters challenges, obstacles, and situations that mirror the disruption he caused. These experiences are not punishments, they are alignment. Karma guides him toward self-awareness, accountability, and emotional growth, often in ways more effective than immediate confrontation. 10th, the long-term consequences are inescapable. Life's balance ensures that actions against goodness do not remain unresolved. Every act of betrayal, neglect, or cruelty sets a ripple into motion. Over time, these ripples grow, intersect, and return, reflecting the energy sent outward. A good woman's integrity, patience, and quiet power magnify this process, demonstrating that harming her has consequences that cannot be ignored or escaped. Karma acts subtly, but inevitably, restoring equilibrium and teaching lessons that shape the man's life, growth, and character. Finally, a good woman's resilience is a testament to the principle of universal justice. She does not seek to punish, she seeks to live in alignment with truth. Her response to harm is measured, deliberate, and powerful, precisely because it allows karma to act. Her silence, her dignity, and her grace ensure that justice unfolds naturally, without the need for intervention. The man who caused harm experiences the consequences, not through confrontation, but through life itself, through lost respect, missed opportunities, internal unrest, and the absence of love and authentic connection. Hurting a good woman is not merely a mistake, it is a misalignment with the natural order of life. The consequences are multidimensional, affecting the emotional, spiritual, relational, and energetic spheres of the man's life. Karma, acting as a quiet but inevitable teacher, ensures that the energy he disrupted returns in ways that promote awareness, growth, and eventual realignment. A good woman's presence, even in absence, magnifies the force of justice, demonstrating that integrity, patience, and silence are among the most powerful tools in life. When a man harms a good woman, he experiences loss far beyond the immediate moment. He loses respect, trust, love, opportunities, and alignment with life's energy. Karma, amplified by the woman's integrity, ensures that these consequences are undeniable. Her quiet response, her preservation of energy, and her unwavering dignity make the lessons inescapable. Life restores balance, reflecting the truth that harming goodness is not a trivial act, it is an interaction with forces that cannot be ignored, delayed, or denied. When a man hurts a good woman, the impact extends far beyond the immediate moment. A good woman is not only kind, loving, and understanding, she is also strong, wise, and deeply connected to the principles of integrity and truth. Her heart is generous, her spirit resilient, and her love transformative. When her kindness and trust are violated, it is not simply a personal offense, it is a disruption of the natural balance. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, begins to realign the energy, and karma, quiet yet inevitable, starts its work. The consequences may not be immediate, but they are precise, inescapable, and transformative for the man who caused harm. The first consequence is the awakening of self-awareness. A good woman's presence acts as a mirror, reflecting the strengths, weaknesses, and blind spots of those around her. When she is harmed, the man is confronted with the truth of his character. He may initially resist, attempting to justify or rationalize his actions, but the energy of wrongdoing is persistent. Guilt, restlessness, and subtle unease begin to appear, nudging him toward reflection and self-examination. Karma ensures that he cannot escape the consequences of his actions. It teaches awareness through experiences that mirror the misalignment he has created. Secondly, there is a profound loss of respect and admiration. A good woman naturally commands respect through her integrity, patience, and dignity. When mistreated, she withdraws, not out of vengeance, but to protect her energy. The man who causes harm loses the rare and invaluable presence of someone who uplifts, inspires, and nurtures growth. Respect, once lost, is not easily regained, and the absence of her support and recognition creates a lasting void in his life. Karma manifests here as the natural outcome of disrupting the energy of someone who embodies authenticity and wisdom. Thirdly, the man experiences isolation from genuine connection. A good woman attracts sincerity, loyalty, and authenticity in all areas of life. When she is hurt, these connections are disrupted. Those who once aligned with her energy begin to drift away, perceiving the shift in alignment caused by the man's actions. He may try to replace these connections with superficial interactions, but nothing can replicate the depth, understanding, and harmony that she naturally brings. Karma ensures that the absence of these authentic connections is felt profoundly, teaching the man that harming goodness carries consequences beyond what is immediately visible. Fourth, there is the disruption of personal and emotional growth. Relationships with women of integrity act as catalysts for self-reflection, accountability, and transformation. By causing harm, the man interrupts this natural flow of growth. Karma steps in to restore balance, often presenting repeated challenges, obstacles, or situations that force him to confront the consequences of his actions. These lessons are unavoidable, designed not to punish, but to realign him with principles of integrity, humility, and self-awareness. The absence of her influence becomes a silent teacher, guiding him toward understanding the value of respect and compassion. Fifth, emotional and spiritual unrest begins to surface. A good woman radiates calm, love, and clarity. Her presence fosters harmony and alignment, while her absence, caused by mistreatment, creates imbalance. The man may feel unease, frustration, or dissatisfaction in ways that seem unrelated to his actions, yet they are deeply connected. Karma, in this context, acts as an invisible but undeniable force, ensuring that energy is balanced and misalignment corrected. The internal unrest prompts reflection, forcing the man to confront the consequences he tried to avoid. Sixth, the loss of life's subtle blessings is inevitable. A good woman brings energy that nurtures opportunities, relationships, and personal growth. When harmed, the man loses access to this energy, and the flow of life's blessings shifts. He may find that doors that would have opened through alignment, support, and authenticity remain closed. Karma restores balance by ensuring that the energy he disrupted is returned to its rightful alignment, often through subtle unseen mechanisms. This loss is a powerful teacher, revealing the hidden cost of disrespecting someone of integrity. Seventh, the consequences extend to love and emotional fulfillment. A good woman's love is deep, transformative, and rooted in authenticity. When she is hurt, the man loses this extraordinary connection, which cannot be replicated or replaced. The absence of her love is a silent, persistent reminder of the value of integrity and compassion. Karma ensures that this loss is deeply felt, creating space for reflection and growth. It teaches the man that harming genuine love has consequences that affect not only his present, but also the future quality of his relationships and emotional life. Eighth, the amplification of lessons through her silence is profound. A good woman rarely responds to harm with bitterness or retaliation. Instead, she maintains her dignity, preserves her energy, and allows life and karma to act naturally. Her quiet strength magnifies the consequences, ensuring that the lessons of her absence, the disruption caused, and the loss of respect and love are unmistakable. The man experiences the full weight of his actions, not through external punishment, but through life itself, through reflection, missed opportunities, and emotional resonance. Ninth, humility and self-reflection are awakened. Life presents challenges and circumstances that mirror the disruption caused by his actions. These experiences force him to confront his own ego, pride, or insensitivity. Karma, acting as a silent teacher, ensures that he cannot bypass the necessary lessons. Humility emerges as he recognizes the rarity of a good woman's presence and the irreversible impact of his actions. These lessons are essential for transformation, guiding him towards self-awareness, responsibility, and the alignment of his actions with higher principles. 10th, the ultimate consequence is the restoration of balance through life itself. When a good woman is hurt, the universe ensures that equilibrium is restored. Karma, magnified by her integrity and silent strength, acts decisively, aligning energy and ensuring that justice unfolds naturally. The man experiences the consequences of his actions in multiple dimensions: emotional, spiritual, relational, and energetic. The ripple effects of harming goodness shape his life in ways that are both instructive and transformative, reinforcing the truth that integrity, patience, and compassion are not optional, they are essential. Finally, a good woman's resilience highlights the power of non-reaction. She does not seek revenge, she chooses to protect herself and allow life to act. Her silence, grace, and unwavering strength amplify the natural consequences of wrongdoing. The man learns, often too late, that hurting a good woman is not a minor act, it is an engagement with forces far greater than himself. Karma ensures that the lessons are unavoidable, the balance restored, and the energy realigned. Her dignity becomes a conduit for universal justice, demonstrating that integrity and patience are more powerful than anger, retaliation, or reaction. Hurting a good woman is a decision that carries weight far beyond the immediate moment. The consequences are multidimensional, affecting respect, trust, love, growth, opportunities, and life's subtle energies. Karma ensures that the energy misaligned by wrongdoing is returned, creating experiences that awaken awareness, humility, and reflection. A good woman's silence, patience, and unwavering dignity magnify these lessons, ensuring that justice unfolds naturally. Life responds, karma acts, and energy is restored, silently but profoundly. Ultimately, the man who hurts a good woman experiences loss, reflection, and awakening in ways that are unavoidable. Karma, amplified by her presence and integrity, ensures that the consequences are instructive, transformative, and aligned with the principles of balance and truth. The universe restores harmony, demonstrating that harming someone of goodness is never inconsequential. A good woman's quiet strength, resilience, and dignity serve as the ultimate reminder that life's justice is inevitable, profound, and deeply aligned with truth.